the legend of the origin of star worship and idolatry. The following legend is told regarding the origin of astrology by Maimonides, a famous Jewish rabbi and friend of Averroes, in his commentary in the Mishnah. In the days of Enos, the son of Seth, the sons of Adam were erred with a great error. The counsel of wise men of that age became brutish, and Enos himself was of them that erred. And their error was this: they said, for as much as God has created these stars and spheres to govern the world, and has set them on high, and has imparted honor unto them, and they are ministers who minister before him, it is meet that men should laud and glorify and give them honor. For this is the will of God, that we laud and magnify whomsoever he magnifieth and honoureth, even as a king would honour them that stand before him. And this is the honour of the king himself, when this thing come up into their hearts, they began to build temples unto the stars, and to offer sacrifice unto them, and to laud and magnify them with words, and to worship before them, that they might, in their evil opinion, obtain favour of their Creator. And this was the root for idolatry. This would include the worship of Malak, Memetim, synonymous with Anunnaki. Hold on a minute. Eridu, the city built by Cain for his son Enoch, where the knowledge of demons was born. And according to this, the sons of Adam also erred with this great error. It also seems like trickery, because their god was named Error, to them their great error. And this was the roots of idolatry, from the rabbi perspective. The idolatry and hymns would also include Shalom Aleichem, and any other hymn, text, or religious work containing angels. It is a sin to call upon the angel of judgment, and this was the root for idolatry. For in process of time there stood up false prophets among the sons of Adam, which said that God had commanded them, and said unto them, An is heaven, God, star, or eagle. Worship such a star, or all the stars, and do sacrifice unto them, thus and thus, and build a temple for it, and make an image of it, that all the people, women and children, may worship it. And the false prophet showed them the image, which he had feigned out of his own heart, and said it was the image of that star, God, which was made known to him by prophecy. And they began after this manner to make images in temples, under trees, and on top of the mountains and hills. And they assembled together and worshipped them. And this thing was spread through all the world, to serve images with services different one from another, simply meaning they shuffle the deck, so to speak, to sacrifice unto and worship them. So, in process of time, the glorious and fearful name was forgotten out of the mouth of all the living, and out of their knowledge, and they acknowledge him not, that is, not under his old name. And there was found on earth no people that knew anything, but for the images of wood and stone, and temples of stone, which they had been trained up from their childhood to worship and serve, and to swear by their names. And the wise men that were among them, the priest and such like, thought there was no God but for the stars and spheres, for whose sake and in whose likeness they had made these images. But for the rock everlasting, there was no man that did not acknowledge him, or know him, but for a few people in the world, as Enoch, Methuselah, Noah, Shem, and Heber. And in this way did the world work and converse, till that pillar of the world, Abram, our father, was born. The pillar of the world is the Sumerian tree. Remember, after this manner, they began to make images in temples, under trees, and on the tops of mountains and mounds. The name Abraham can mean the father of darkness, the sea of darkness, or the lion of darkness, which is a curse protecting the tablet, used to protect the tablet, or anything else it is draped over. But through the process of time, the glorious and fearful name was forgotten. Actually, not forgotten at all. You know Zu, the oracle of the deep, Abzu, Zu, the father of wisdom, this wisdom. Hence Sin, the god of Ur, which would be the birthplace of Abraham.